What happens if you don't change your life? Not in a dramatic, instant way, but slowly, quietly, day by day, you wake up, do the same things. Tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow feels safe because nothing is required of you. No risk, no discomfort, no pressure, but also no growth. And at first, it doesn't feel like a problem. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and everything looks the same. Same habits, same thoughts, same results. Not because you can't change, but because you didn't. And the scariest part, it feels normal, comfortable. You adapt to it. You convince yourself this is just how life is. But deep down, there's a voice, a quiet one, telling you that you're meant for more. More than repeating the same days. More than staying where you are. More than just getting by. And every time you ignore that voice, it doesn't disappear. It gets louder. Because you know. You know what you could be doing. You know what you've been avoiding. You know the life you actually want. But instead of moving toward it, you wait. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel ready, when things calm down, when you have more time, when everything lines up perfectly. But that moment never comes. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start, because you're not just standing still. You're reinforcing a pattern of delay, a pattern of avoidance, a pattern of choosing comfort over growth. And over time, that pattern becomes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who takes action and start seeing yourself as someone who thinks about it, someone who plans, someone who wants more, but doesn't go after it. And that's how years disappear, not in one big decision, but in small moments where you chose not to act. Now imagine this. Imagine 5 years from now. Nothing has changed. Same routine, same habits, same mindset. But now, there's something else. Regret. Not because you failed, but because you didn't try. Because you knew you could do more, and you didn't. That feeling, that's what not changing leads to. Not failure, but unrealized potential. A life that could have been different, but wasn't. Now, here's the good news. That future isn't fixed. You're not stuck. You're not too late. You're just one decision away from changing everything. Not a massive decision. Not a perfect plan. Just one small step. Because real change doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small, daily actions, the kind that don't feel impressive, the kind that feel uncomfortable, the kind you usually avoid. That's where your new life starts. Not in motivation, not in waiting, but in action. Even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when you don't see results. Because progress is happening, even when it's invisible. Every time you show up, you're building something. Confidence, discipline, momentum. And over time, those small actions compound. They turn into habits. Those habits turn into identity. And that identity changes everything. You don't wake up one day completely different. You build that version of yourself step by step, day by day, choice by choice. So if you're sitting there right now thinking about changing your life, this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. One step, that's it. One action that moves you forward. Because the difference between the life you have and the life you want is what you do today. Not what you plan, not what you think, not what you say, what you do. So take that step, even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if you're not ready. Because the cost of staying the same is far greater than the discomfort of change. And one day, you'll either thank yourself for starting or regret that you didn't. Make the right choice. Start today. And if you're ready to change your life, like the video and subscribe for more.